Recording. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that I hear a lot of comments is the tapping and the brushing. Just real quick, not only that it stimulates and revitalizes your bloods, because it drives all the blood through the microcapillaries, and then afterwards you smooth it out, you get really revitalized and nice and rosy. But for your bone health, right inside of the inner chamber of your bone, you have this bone marrow. So every time when I ask you to beat it, literally, but do it in a vibratory way. And as you get a little stronger, this tapping becomes a little stronger. What happens is it starts to promote the osteoblast. Your bone is always blasting out some new bone cells. And because of your humerus bone and your femur bone, these long bones, they're responsible to produce red blood cells. So not only it stimulates the production of your bone marrows, but it also connects to how healthy you are in the way your blood is. Okay, so just a little explanation, those of you who are asking me, why do you feel so wonderful after these practices? So this is just a little glimpse of what we do. The more question you have, the more I understand that you want more, and I always introduce a little more for you. Okay, so before you start, just go ahead and let go of all your habitual holding pattern. Start from the farthest edge, which are your fingers and your toes, right? While you're doing this, start to pay attention to your toes and give them a little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, one hand above, one hand below. Shake, 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 shake. Opposite direction, one hand above, one hand below. Shake, 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 shake. Right hand on your mirror image, right hand in the front, from the fingertips. Tapping, 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 tapping. So I see this a lot. Not this, but more vibratory fashion. Okay, give it a really nice tuning up. Think about the bone marrow that lives right in the inner channel of your bone, especially the humerus bone, your long bones. They do a lot more, they have a lot more responsibility in producing your red blood cells. And that's really important for your muscles, okay? Before you get osteoporosis, you start to have this experience, it's called the osteosarcopenia, which means the losing of your muscles, loss of muscles. So when you're doing this, you also give those muscles a little nice rejuvenation. Tap, 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 tap. And tapping, going up, lymph nodes, right? On the cellular level, giving your body a little tune-up. And before too long, it's gonna become like how easy it is to habitually floss your teeth, clean your teeth every day. You no longer need to think about it. Okay, coming up, brushing, same direction. Your outer arm is the male side. Male side comes from the sun. Therefore, it's an upward stroke. Upward stroke, upward stroke, upward stroke, upward stroke. Your inner arm, if you hold up your arm like this, inner arm comes from the earth below. So we go from upper arm, down, 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 down. Going down, 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 down. Your ideal man looks like this. So from the earth, you tap, 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 tap. This is why there's a reason why you have these directions. Inner arm, give your bone marrow, think about your bone marrow. You're doing them a little favor, and you're saying, hello, 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 hello. Waking, 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 waking. Lymph nodes Linger, 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 linger. Down, 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 down. And we're going down, tapping. One more. Tap, 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 tap. Same direction. Smooth it up. Polishing, polishing. Beautiful, shining material. Polishing, polishing. Everything becomes nice and fresh if you can let it go. Let it go, refresh it. Let it go, refresh it. Shoulder and the elbow first. Give a nice release, shake, 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 shake. Little guys, fingers in the wrist. Release, 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 release. Okay, taking now left foot in the front, right leg in the back. Lubrication of your shoulder joint, very, very important. Let your wrist be light, let your fingers be light, and let the motion come from your shoulder. The more grounded you are in your legs and your feet, the stronger these legs will build. Remember, you need those muscles to support the health of your bone, the longevity of your bone. You also need lubrication. Right inside of your joint padding, there's your synovial fluid. And a little swinging forward, forward, forward. How about backward rotation? Backward rotation, backward rotation. Testing out, testing, testing. How are these shoulders doing today? Pointy elbow, very bossy elbow, into the space behind you. If I turn around, look, let the shoulder take you back into the space behind you. That means ground into your feet, but let your toes percolate. Let your toes be like your nosy children. They always want to be part of your everything that you do. Okay, take that elbow up above you. Take your hand behind you. Gently, opposite hand is going to gently give that elbow a little tap, tap, tap. And imagine you're inviting that elbow to gently, gently come towards your left. Gently, gently. So starting to give the rib cage, your intercostal muscles, which is made of these soft fibers, very jelly-like fibers. Yeah, give them a little stretch, give them a little release. Your right side, there's your ascending colon, right? Give that whole area a little gentle, gentle waking up. Okay, after this one, go ahead and shake out that right hand one more time for me. Taking your left hand in the front, from the fingertips, going for a little service. Going up, here's your lymph nodes, tapping. All those jelly-like substance in your bone marrows. They like it when you give them a little vibratory kind of information. And we're coming out tapping. You're waking up the stem cell that produces your bone marrow. And the byproduct is you get a healthier blood, you get a healthier muscle mass, and that's how you gain a better bone health. Okay, going up, tap, 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 tap. And going up, tap, 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 tap. And tapping. Going up, tapping. Your outer arm, you can give it a little extra pressure. That's your male side, that's your sun side. It can take a little extra beating. Okay, one more, going up. That's it, same direction, brushing and brushing and brushing up. Coming out, brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing. Same palm, we simply turn that palm open. Lymph node station. Your humerus bone is really important, these long bones. Give them a little extra reward every single day. Yes, going down, tap, 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 tap. It's very similar to brushing your hair. So everything gets really nice and shiny. Flossing your teeth, brushing your teeth, and give your joints a little brushing and tapping. Waking up your cellular system. Hey, your body's going to really appreciate you in the long run. One more, tap, 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 tap. Same direction, brushing and harmonize. Once you stimulate everything, we ought to harmonize it. Brushing and polishing and letting go. Downward stroke, like the water that refreshes everything, although it remembers everything, but it forgets everything. It records everything, but every day it's a fresh new start. Especially in the morning, give yourself a really nice fresh start. Okay, right foot in the front, left leg in the back, and ground into the feet so that you feel safe in the rib cage, safe in your back to swing this hand forward and back. Very light arm, very light fingers in your wrist. Once you get lubricated, let us go for your forward cycle. Testing, 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 testing. Eventually you realize this force, this strength comes from the stability of your legs. It's the very gentle gyration of your lumbar region, the grounding force of your feet that produces the lightness of this swing. Okay, backward rotation. Neck is relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Be as intuitive as you can imagine. Pointy elbow then, bossy elbow behind you. Testing, testing, testing. It doesn't have to be large, but do imagine that you're drawing with the elbow. If I turn to the side, look at the shoulder in relationship to my front foot. It goes into the space behind you, into the space behind you. This in the end will give you a really beautiful upright posture because you're no longer like this. You can't really be like this when you take the elbow back, right? Okay, a couple more. Behind you, and behind you. Elbows up, drop the hands behind your head. Opposite hand, gently, gently. Feel for where is my comfort zone? Where is my comfort zone? And I'm just going to gently, gently invite this elbow to come towards the midline. Take a deep breath for me. Come out to your right side. If you're not used to it, just add a little gentle pulsatory motion. That language the body understands. And meanwhile, feel for what that is doing to your intercostal muscles. Some of you feel it in your upper hip as well. Gently, gently, guiding, guiding, guiding. Okay, next inhalation, we release. Let us take both hands out to the side again. Shake, 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 shake. Feet will be hip distance apart. Working with the wrists and your elbows. Look at my elbows, very proactive. There are two air pockets under the armpit. Look at my shoulder now. Shoulder blades are the beginning of your arms. If you can shake out the shoulder really well, your lungs, your heart, everything, all your vital organ gets a little rejuvenation. Pulsation, pulsation, pulsation. Okay, a healthy sign. If your energy is healthy, it should feel a little tingly, like your blood cells going jazzy a little bit after these shaking. Okay, let's take your chair. Have your chair handy. When you sit, it will be better to come to the front of your chair so you got room behind you. Okay, cupping of your hands right over your knees. I'll turn to the side so you can see the roundiness of my spine. Pressing into the knee so you have a nice traction. A very gentle way to open up the back of the spine. Press into the knee. We curled up. Now we open the front zipper. Look up. Opening up the back zipper. Look to the belly. Pull your belly in. And looking forward and up. Front side of the spine. Back of the spine. Front of the spine. Use the bracing of your hands to assist a little extra traction that you can gain. Okay, going up again, going back again. But this time, give me a little wiggle wiggle technique. Use that wiggle wiggle thing to, in that vibratory oscillation, loosen up your lumbar, your lower back, as well as your mid-back. Okay, these ones we do is sitting down today. Hands to the base of your, right here, your sacrum, right beneath your belt line. Happy slap. Boom, 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 boom. Ready, outer leg. Tapping down. Inner leg. From the earth, they come up. Make sure you cover every single area, especially your lymph nodes. How about your digestive organ? Rounding hands, lumbar to the sacrum. Outer leg. Outer leg is your sun side, it's your male side. Inner leg is your female side. Energy comes through the inner edge of your body, climbing up. Inner organ gets a little service. Tapping, tapping. Wonderful for the digestive system. Going back. Sacrum, very important to warm it up. All your nerve ending, nerve fiber gets a little extra care. Okay, your male side, you can take a little stronger. Tap, 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 tap. A little gentler on the inner leg. That means more relax your finger. Okay, add a little force on your outer leg. That's your sun side. Utilize the vibratory finger a little more with your inner leg. Digestive organ. Definitely exhalation. Down, 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 down. Think about what I mentioned before, stimulation of your bone marrows. And here comes the exhalation down. Hello to your toesies. Inner leg coming back. Hey, linger, linger, linger. Hey, something you can do whenever you find yourself sitting around a little too long. If you get stuck in front of the computer, you can work with this service. Ready? Brushing, outer leg down. Inner leg returning. When you dip your head down beneath your heart, that's a little extra rejuvenation for the brain cell, for the hair follicles, a little extra stimulation for your heart. So all the forward bend in this family, not only it stretches the back of your spine, the back of your hip, but it also offers a little rejuvenation for your brain cells. And that is a very important thing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Couple more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, one more exhalation. Once you return, let's take your hand, inner and your outer knee. Poor knee doesn't have any blood flow through them. Therefore, give a little extra tapping, a little extra care will be a wonderful thing. The synovial fluid in your joint likes it when you offer a little gentle pressure. Gentle pressure But if you're used to it, add a lot of pressure, as much as you can. When you're doing this, it should not feel tender. It should not feel painful. If it's so, just do it very, very gently. That means you have to have a little extra conversation with your knee more often. Okay, warmth of your hand. Let's offer that knee a very tender, warm connection. That's it. Looking down at your knee, this is a good time to show your innate appreciation. Thank you for being here. How wonderful you look. You are like nobody else. And how I appreciate you. Without you, I will be nowhere. And for all these years, you are still here. You haven't left me yet. You've never taken a vacation. You are always there when I call upon you. Right? Okay. Cupping the warmth of your, let's warm up your hands here for just a little extra moment. Okay, the worst thing for your joint is cold. So in the winter time, especially when it's constantly raining and gray, you ought to give it, produce a little extra warmth, and use your mind, deliver, because your hands are the direct extension of your heart. From your heart, in your hand, back to the knee. Eyes closed, just take a moment of silent connection, a little silent communication. It's like a friend. It likes to be visited, it likes to be touched, it likes to be well connected. Okay, take a moment, just feel the difference between your knees, and let us take this very wonderful service to the other side. Give it now your, all these jelly things that support your knee. Every time when you're doing a little pulsatory motion, all those shaking things, all these tapping things, you're trying to fluff up and rejuvenating all the cartilages that support your joint. Okay, one on the inside, one on the outside, nice pressure. Start gently, but before too long, you actually realize the knee likes a little pressure. Actually, all the tendons, all your muscle tissue, they like a little challenge. They like a little boundary. That's how they become stronger over time. And when your muscle tissue becomes stronger, it becomes very useful for your bone health. Now the massage. Thank you for being here. Always deliver that with your mind, so it's not an arbitrary kind of a massage. Something meaningful, something with sincerity, a sense of wonder. How I appreciate you. I'm sorry for the time that I have bumped you into things. You have taken a lot from me. I could have never done it without you. Thank you, I appreciate you, and I love you just the way you are. You are a part of me, and I'm a part of you. Okay, let's take your hands, give it a nice, one more warming session. If you're healthy, it's very easy and quickly to warm up your palms and take all that warmth, which comes from your heart. Now a little silent delivery, silent acknowledgement to this wonderful part of your body, and sense of appreciation, sense of loving offering is very well appreciated by your knee. Okay, and inhalation, we return now. Okay, so these ones, I want to show it to you on your chair so that it can be very easily accessible to you. Okay, now you don't actually keep your chair here. One of the things that's really important for your knee is the lubrication of your hip. So let's go over some of these ones. Feet goes right underneath your hips. 2 hands on your pocket and start from these 2 corners. Give it a little shake, 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 shake. Pulsation, pulsation, pulsation. Look at your toes. Toes and your feet should be bouncing. Have a look. Hello to your toes. Okay, bend those knees slightly. Your clockwise lubrication, clockwise lubrication, clockwise lubrication. The reason why I'm putting my hands here so that you can see these 2 corners are well aligned. I am not doing this, but I am noting this beautiful sacred alignment. Structurally, this is a beautiful bowl. This is why it's called the pelvic bowl. You mobilize this one with the awareness of your alignment. Don't spill the water. Don't spill the soup. Okay, opposite rotation, opposite rotation, opposite rotation, opposite rotation. Shifting weight to your right side. Back to the middle, shifting weight to your left side, back to the middle. Feel weight on that right foot. Knee, ankle, hip, shoulder, one direction. Double check, this leg should be just witnessing. Very carefree, not responsible at all. Back to the middle, weight on both feet. Weight on your left foot. Ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, one direct channel. Double check, this leg should be irresponsible. Just taking a break right now. Okay, neutral, way on the right, neutral, way on the left, neutral. I am here, not here, not here. Back to neutral. I am here, not here, not here. Back to that same alignment principle. Looks very simple, but often takes a little while. Coming back, if you bend your knee, have a look. That knee should not pass the edge of your toes. So if I turn to the side, it's slightly bending. Okay, if you cup your hand, one in the front and one in the back, and firm the core in. Okay? When you firm the core in, you start to feel stability in that lower leg. Everything will switch on a little better. So neutral, better to engage the core. Neutral, better to engage the core. Stay here for me. Okay, stay here for me. One in the front, one in the back. Clockwise lubrication, just your right hip. Clockwise lubrication. Anti-clockwise lubrication, anti-clockwise lubrication, anti-clockwise lubrication, anti-clockwise. Neutral, shifting weight to the left. One in the front, one in the back. Clockwise lubrication, clockwise lubrication. This leg is empty. This leg is irresponsible. I'm just asking you to learn to slowly isolate your muscle groups. Okay, opposite rotation, relax the shoulder. Opposite rotation, neutral, come to the right side again. Okay, double check, this leg should be empty. Okay, one hand in the front, one hand in the back. When you circle that hip to away from the navel, that's your external rotation. While you're here, check your knee alignment. It should not go past your toes. And if you can activate your core, it will come. Even if it doesn't happen today, just take a mental note of it. Take a mental note so before too long it becomes a natural habit. Opposite rotation, internal rotation, like you're drawing a circle with this hip. Okay, I'm going to keep you here for a moment, but back to your external rotation. Right hand goes to the right side of your SI joint. See if you can learn to be a bit more accurate, precise in the way that you articulate your hip. Remember, your hip mobility comes from the sacrum actually. even though it feels like it's the socket of your hip that directs this rotation. But the root of your legs branches out of your sacrum joint. So if you do it correctly, your quads, your knees, everything is well braced. How do you know you're doing it correctly? Is these guys start to feel a little warm, like almost like they're burning. That's a good sign, because once it's been woken up, this thing starts to happen very naturally. Okay, there is your balance. Okay, feel the stability of this leg. Remember, the source of your muscle firmness has everything to do with your bone health. Take a moment to feel the difference before we come to your left side. One hand in the front, one hand in the back. Check it, check it, check it. The other leg is irresponsible. Check your alignment of that knee. It should not surpass the edge of your toes. External rotation. External rotation, external rotation, external rotation. Internal rotation, internal rotation. The whole inner cavity of this hip gets a little well lubricated. Internal rotation. Looks very simple, but if you do it correctly, you realize it's a whole firming engagement that happens from the bottom of your feet all the way to the quads. See if you can feel that. Back to your external rotation, but slower this time, and really learn to map out that precision. Not only you start to gain another layer of hip mobility, but you're starting to train the standing leg to be responsible for your ability to find your balance in space, find your stability in the world. Requires these muscle groups to learn how to switch themselves on. Again, you really cannot have bone health if you don't have muscle firmness. Don't lose your muscle, otherwise the bones are not going to like it. Okay, take a moment, we neutralize, hand on each side. Ready? Use the pulsation to warm up, but you also use the pulsation to harmonize everything. Otherwise, it becomes really stiff. The muscle that you train, you want it to be very buoyant, like a little child. Okay, let's add your arm thing. Pulsation, 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 pulsation. Look at my shoulder. Look at how my clothing is being taken by the intention of my release. All that comes from pumping into the feet. Beneath your feet is the warm soil that provides the life force for all the trees, all the flowers, all the living beings that walks on earth. So if you can channel that, this is not just a silly having a fit, but it's really about learning to recharge your energy body, learning to embellish your physical body as you channel the recharging of the earth. Okay, take a moment, just feel for what just happened. Sense of acknowledgement, because your mind is the one that processes everything, that retains the benefit of everything. Okay, your chair, bring back the chair, right foot on the top. Okay? If this is too high, make the step a little bit lower. Have some lower elevation. Okay, one in the front, one in the back, your left hip. Remember, when you bend that knee, to switch on your core and your quad precisely, the alignment of this knee is really precise, not before your toes. So have a look, sense of connection. Ready? Tailbone forward, tailbone backward. Tailbone forward, pull that tailbone back. Shifting forward, shifting backward. Noticing my lower knee doesn't move. Again, I'm asking you to precisely isolate the muscle group. Have patience, motion that tailbone forward and back. you start to figure out how to best to lubricate this hip. Cup it, internal rotation, internal rotation. I know it's not easy to do, but try it anyway. Meanwhile, use your visual awareness to acknowledge the stability of that lower knee. So I'm not doing this. Some people ask me, how is this different than the hula hoop? This is the difference. The precision of your anatomy awareness goes into your mindful practice. Opposite rotation, opposite rotation. My knee is not going with the hip articulation, isn't it? Learning to isolate the muscle group. Therefore, you train your knee to be well protected. There's no way around it, I'm afraid. The protection of your knee comes from these type of awareness. Flexibility of your hip and the firm connection of your muscle group. Every thread of it from your ankle up. Okay, if you do it correctly, this starts to happen very, very easily. Testing, testing, testing. Right? Keep that foot back again. Brace it, leg straight. Squeeze the leg like you're hugging the muscle into the bone as you lift the lower heel off the floor. From the foot, ankle, shin, knee, thigh, and glute. If you gently shift that tailbone forward a little bit, it's a little easier to feel how you switch on your gluteus maximus. Squeeze on your way down. So often I do these ones with you with two legs together. Now try one leg at a time. Firm it from the bottom up. From the bottom up, firm that heel down. Okay, look straight ahead. Let's try two more. Firm from the bottom up. Firm your way down from the top to bottom. Again, firm from the bottom up. Firm from the top to bottom. Next two, eyes closed, try it. Without the visual cue, it might mess up your balance a little bit, and that is a healthy moment. When you lost your way, this is when you find your way, okay? Without your eyes, your central nervous system starts to integrate a little differently, a little stronger. This demonstrates how your balance has everything to do with your brain cells. Okay. Exhalation, we release. So maybe this could be your homework before we meet again, the one that you do with the chair. Take a moment without releasing your legs. Now walk. Feel the difference? Your opposite leg is going to feel a little lighter, because the stronger your leg is, the lighter the other leg becomes. This is why children, they can step down the steps without much effort, because they have nice firm buoyant muscles. Okay? Now go ahead and refresh the page. Shake, 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 shake. Opposite side, left foot on the chair. I'm going to turn around so you can see my articulation better. Left foot to the chair. Straight leg, have a look. Cupping, one in the front, one in the back. Bend that knee gently. Check your alignment, please. Knee should not pass the line of your toes. Tailbone forward, cup it, tailbone back. Tailbone forward, articulation, tailbone back. For me, it's like flossing your joints. Your hip joints are the biggest part in your body. So if your hip is stiff, the rest of it becomes rather lame. Okay? So waking up the hip is very, very important. Flossing every day. Okay. So tailbone forward, tailbone back, tailbone forward. If you're sensitive, do it with your eyes closed. might be actually more helpful. Okay, neutralize. Clockwise circle, clockwise circle. Have a look at that lower knee. It does not move with the motion of the hip. It's trying to anchor itself through my foot into the core of the earth. Rather tree-like. The part of the tree that you do not see beneath the earth is actually working way harder. And this is it. Opposite rotation. This leg becomes very tree-like the trunk of the tree. Articulation, learn to refine your articulation with alignment precision. This is what you did earlier with both feet to the ground, but now you have graduated to a next level of endurance. Okay, look straight forward, relax, but keep your chin sort of the floor level. So you don't always have a habit of dipping your neck down. So I don't really mind if you walk around with your nose up a little bit. That's a healthy sign. Okay, look straight forward, straighten that leg. Firm, 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 learn to hug, brace the muscles into the bone. Ready? Brace your hip front and back as you elevate lower heel off the floor. Now feel squeezing from the bottom up. Squeeze from the bottom up, from the top down. Okay. Couple more on your own. First, squeeze and elevate, ascend. Then squeeze and descend. Let's have you squeeze from the bottom up, ascend. And let's squeeze from the top down, descend. Squeeze from the bottom up, ascend. Stay here for a moment, eyes closed, and feel for what does it mean to switch on the wholeness of your leg. Inside, outside, front and back. Squeeze wholesomely on your way down. Keep the eyes closed, just a few more, so that you learn to navigate as you stimulate your vestibular sensory organ. Squeeze on your way up. The whole thing, the more you squeeze, the higher you go actually. Firm on your way down. Okay, let me just show you something. Instead of squeezing your whole leg, how about if I just ask you to squeeze the biggest part? Just squeeze the biggest part on your way up. Squeeze the biggest part on your way down. Okay, refresh the page. Just squeeze your knee part. Just squeeze the knee on your way up. Just squeeze the knee on your way down. Okay, refresh the page. Just squeeze the ankle part. Squeeze the ankle part on your way up. Squeeze the ankle part on your way down. So sometimes you can break it down. When I do it, I do a segment at a time. So I really understand what part of the segment of my leg that needs to be a little harnessed a little bit. Now do the whole thing. The more complete you can navigate with your mind, the firmer your body becomes. And the more sturdy your muscles are, the more healthy and buoyant your bone marrow becomes. Sorry, but there's no way out of it. To have healthy bone, to rejuvenate your bone density, you gotta learn how to switch on these legs. Exhale, return. Okay, do just one more, but hold it there for me a little bit longer. Now find breath. Learn to breathe nice and proud. Bring your nose up just a little bit. Beautiful posture. Fulfill your whole lungs with the way you breathe, because it's your breath That stabilizes the effect of what you just did. Without the breath, next day it just goes dispersed everywhere. Okay, once you release, give your legs a little moment like you're refreshing the page. Shake, 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 shake. Now you don't need the chair. Let's come to your parallel feet again, right? Right arm comes above you, deepen that breath. Go out to your left side. Now, can you mimic that internal rotation? Internal rotation, internal rotation, internal rotation, internal rotation. Stay here for a moment, become like a willow tree, and just gently, gently test out the buoyancy of your whole body as you sway, sway, sway to one side. Right? Can you favor your hip to go out to the right a little bit? Right a little bit. So in that very gentle way, you're stretching the bends that hold your knee a little bit as well. Okay, once you come up, give it a little wiggle, wiggle intention, lengthen this a little further, turn the top palm out, reach that hand then into the space behind you. But look at that hand, look at that hand, look at that hand, look at that hand. Notice the further you go, the more firming effect you're creating in your knee. And that's a very important thing. Try a couple more times. Turn your hand out. This is your inhale. Like you're tracing a rainbow bridge. Look at that hand so you stretch the muscle around your eyes. Last one. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, behind you. Long, long fingers as you release. Once you release, stepping now your left foot in the front. Nice full circle. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Shoulder into the space behind you. That means perk up through the sternum. In front of the body. Lengthen, lengthen. Just halfway down for me. Before you let go of your hands. Two more like this. Inhale. Perk up into the sternum. Tailbone forward a little more. Yeah, exhalation as far down as the body allows. Let go of the neck. One more deep breath. Inhale, perk up through the sternum. Lengthen, lengthen, halfway down before you drop your fingers. Chin in, let go of the neck. Okay? If this is too much, option one, you step your back foot out a little bit. Or you bend that front knee. Let's give it now a little gentle, gentle pulsation. This is also a very important one to stretch the back of your knee. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Release, release, release. Chin in. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Then inhale, coming up. Take the shoulder into the space behind you. Start to bend that front knee. Push into the front foot. We come into a little elevation. And exhale, return, return, return. What you just did was utilize all that leg training you just had before to bring this foot forward. That's your balanced leg. Okay, separate your feet, hip distance apart again. Left hand comes above you. This is your internal rotation. We take it now over to your right side. Internal rotation, internal rotation, internal rotation. Fingers becomes like the tiny branches. The arm becomes the bigger branches. Shoulder blades is where the branches goes from the trunk of the tree becomes the branch. So make sure you include the blade of your shoulder to come with this extension. So the back of your lungs, the back of your rib cage are becoming part of your arm extension. That actually is the root of your arm. When you return now, give me a little wiggle, wiggle. Turn the top hand out. Behind you as you lean your body towards it, looking over at that hand. Again, same arm. This is your inhale, up, buddy, up. Behind you, over into the space behind you. Again, deep breath as far as you can. Way back, look at your hands so the muscle around your eyes gets a little stretch as well. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Right foot in the front, left leg in the back. So circle with your arm, tailbone forward sound, lift up through the sternum, in front of the body. Take it halfway down right now, but firm the navel in. Here's your exhalation, shoulders down. This is your inhale, take the shoulders back, perk up into the sternum, and here's your exhalation. Please don't force, come to a place where you can let go completely. Third one, deep breath. Lengthen, lengthen. Navel in. Just take a note. This is also a very important stretch to upkeep the health of your knee. Halfway up for a moment, and let's go for that gentle, gentle pulsation. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Okay, if you're healthy, you will walk a lot, you will hike a lot, you will run a lot, and you will bike a lot. More importantly, to take care of your knee and stretch out the back of your legs. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Active people, it's also very, especially important for you to keep your muscle elastic and keep your muscle very buoyant. Relax your neck, dropping, come to gravity. Okay, bend that front knee a little bit as we circle up your hands. Descend root into the bottom of the lower foot. On your way up, sensing how well you can balance before we return now back to the center. Horizontally, fingers are long, heels of your feet off the floor. Let's test out. How is our balance doing today? Firm both legs from the top to bottom, down, down, down. Let us work with this heel of the foot off the floor. 3 more cycles with a nice circle to close. Unfold now. Firm from the ankles, your knee, your shin, your thighs, your glutes, your navel. Firm navel, firm thighs, firm knees, firm shin, and your ankle. Back to the earth. You do want to descend energetically. Okay, the flowing of the water in the ever-living fountain. The rising and the setting of the sun upon its way. The wide encircling of my own horizon, heaven above, and the earth beneath my feet. The root that rises to stand, leaf and flowers. Finally, the falling of the seed. Back to the earth, feel the warmth, the soil beneath your feet. Take a moment. Nice sunshine breathing into the space of your heart, the garden of your heart. And there, I sent you out into the world. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your mindful practice this morning. I wish you a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll see each other very soon. Bye,
Tina, if you could send me,
everyone.
can you send me the recording since I missed the first half hour?
Okay, yes. Okay, will do. So, see you. Good job,
Thank you.
Maria. That was not easy. It was first a lot of information. Also, it was very demanding on the legs. So, good for you for staying through the course.
Would it